Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I told you we'd start off with fractions. This is Mr. J. I already did one problem because hopefully most of y'all can figure out what half of 4 is. Half of 4 is 2, but you go, Mr. J, I don't get any of the other ones, but I want you to think back when you were in little school, and the teacher said, and most of the time, she'd go, okay, class, we're going to learn about fractions. I have a little jingle. Multiplying fractions is no problem. Top times top over bottom times bottom. And you go, okay. So if you can multiply, 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 3 is 9. So you say, okay, I got that. That's not a problem. But then we come to this one, and you go, no, same deal. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 6 is 18, but we have a little deal here, guys. 10 and 18 are even, so you have to divide out the common factor. If they're even, they are divisible by the number 2. So we divide out 2 from both the top and bottom, and we get 5 over 9. No big deal. Now we start having fun. You go, Mr. J, hold on. 7 is not a fraction. Oh, yes it is. Any whole number you can put over 1. Now, I'm going to show you something. Yo, dude, no. Mr. J, let me do this. Y'all, I'd like to introduce you to Professor AlgeBro. Yeah, dude, listen, on this one right here, we're going to do something called doing the do. Professor, what is doing the do? Yo, Mr. J, it's called dividing out. You know how most people say cross multiply like a bunch of heels? No, dude. We're dividing out. What we do is we find what's called the common factor. Do you see the common factor, Mr. J? Of course I do. It's 7. 7 goes into 7 one time. 7 goes into 7 one time. Yo, now, top times top, bottom times bottom, and what's 4 over 1? It's 4, dude. Okay, later. That was Professor AlgeBro, guys. You'll see him later. Now, we come to this little booger right here. This is a mixed fraction. You say, Mr. J, what do? You have to make it an improper fraction. So I'm going to show you a little trick. We're going to multiply, then we're going to add. So what's 3 times 1? It's 3. 1 plus 2 is 5. So this is going to be 5 over 3. Now, we do this again. I don't have to put those marks. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So this is 6 over 5. Now, according to what Professor AlgeBro talked about, instead of top times top, we're going to do the do. So you look and say, okay, is there anything that can go into 5? Of course, 5 goes into 5 one time. Is that all we have? Well, no. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 over 1 equals 2. Now, moving on. Now, Professor AlgeBro, would you come back in? Yo, dude. Sure. Okay, here we go. We've got 6 over 5 times 10 over 9. Guess what we're going to do? Cuckoo-ca-choo. We're going to do the dividing out. Okay. Look, I have 6. Can anything in the bottom go into 6? No, but we have a common factor, dudes. 6 and 9 have a common factor. It's 3. Okay? 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Look at us go. All right. Anything else? Well, I see the 5 and the 10. Do they have a common factor? Of course they do. They're both divisible by number 5. So 5 divides 5 one time. 5 divides 10 twice. 2 times 2 is 4 over 3. Now, there are some people that say, hey, yo, Professor AlgeBro, that's not simplified. It is, dude. What you're meaning is that it has another way to state it. Improper fraction, mixed number. See you later, dudes. All right, thanks. Now, If we did top times top over bottom times bottom, we would have 70 over 105. I don't think we want to try that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Professor AlgeBro's dividing out. Now, look at 7. Is there something in the denominator that can also be divided by 7? And look, we have 21. So 7 divides 21 3 times. 7 divides 7 1 time. What about 10 and 5? Well, up here we saw that it was 5. So 5 divides 5 1 time, 5 divides 10, 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. So, next. Now, what I would like for you to do, I want you to turn off your video for a sec. Just pause the video for a second. Try this one. Come back to me and see if you get the right answer. Okay, hopefully you tried it. Let's do this. Now, I have 8. Is there anything in the bottom that has a common factor? I look, I have 8 and 10. They're both even. They have a common factor of 2. So I divide 2 into 8, I get 4. I divide 2 into 10, I get 5. Is everybody still with me? I sure hope so. Now, do again. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 3 1 time. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, moving on. Now, dividing fractions. All right. Now listen, dividing fractions is simple. We're not going to divide. We're going to multiply by what's called the reciprocal. Yeah, dude, let me handle this. Okay? Professor AlgeBro, make it quick. All right, dudes. Now listen, we're going to keep the first term. We're going to change the division sign to multiplication, and then the 3/10 we're going to make the reciprocal, which is ka-chow, 10 over 3. All right, now I'm going to give it back to Mr. J. He knows what to do. Now, thank you, Professor AlgeBro. So 4 does not have a factor in the top and bottom, but 5 does. 5 goes into 5 1 time. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3. Now, I have an improper fraction. Remember what we did. I have to multiply 3 times 1 to get 3, add 1, so I have 4 over 3. Back up the video if you need to. Now, I keep this, I change my division sign to multiplication, and I take 4 over 7 and do 7 over 4. That's called the reciprocal. Now I do the do. These 4's divide out. 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. Now, in the home stretch, here we go. 7/8 times 5 over 14. Hopefully I didn't lose you. We change this from division to multiplication and use the reciprocal. Now, do I have any factors? Yes. 7 goes into 7 1 time. 7 goes into 14 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 2 is 16. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is my first tutorial on doing fractions. And as Professor AlgeBro would say, it's nice mathing with you. Later. If you like what you saw, do me a favor. Click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.